We're going to keep going. We're doing bharni. This is going to be more general for people, because 99.9% of people are not going to understand that last one. We had the whole nodal axis thing. The nodal axis is always going to be a little bit weird for me and everyone, and just kind of different. But this is going to be the second nakshatra in the zodiac belt. It's ruled by Venus. It's the first Venus ruled nakshatra. It's called bharni. The deity is Yama. And it just really talks a lot about kind of like the afterlife, right? Yama's like where you go right before you get sent like into an actual vessel. So we're still kind of dealing with things on more of the spiritual plane. Things haven't become super materialized yet because we haven't made it to Earth, right? We're still in like the eternal fire, right? We're still in like the hellfire. I wouldn't say the hellfire, but it's the hellfire kind of, yeah. And this is Yama. So Yama is going to be a god of life and death, right? So he's going to be kind of like the person that is going to put you into a vessel before you get born, right? That kind of energy. A lot of times it kind of correlates to like the soulmate kind of journey, right? So like when you're getting incarnated, sometimes people think that there's such a thing as soulmates, or people that get incarnated, like split souls, right? Like you're trying to find your soulmate. And it kind of ties into that myth. So this is in this is gonna be 1320 Aries to 2640 of Aries, sidereal Aries. Obviously, we are talking about the moon, so you're going to want to look at the opposing energy, because the moon is going to be reflective of whatever it's looking at. So that's something to keep in mind. So this energy could be really interchangeable with Vishaka nakshatra, which is at the end of Libra, right? The end of Libra, maybe a little bit of Swati as well. But really, this is just going to kind of like go into that search, right? When we're in the first house still, so there's that part of us that might not be like whole, right? That part of us that we feel like might, right? Like the twin soul, not necessarily the twin soul, but like the, like finding our other half, right? We think about when they say that we used to be both sexes, but we were split into two, and we incarnate here, right? So that's kind of where this nakshatra comes into play. Whatever that means. So we're going to take a look at what comes out for this nakshatra. You might even get a little bit of information on what would be in your 7th house, so directly opposing you, which would be that of Vishaka, or it could be that of Swati. Either of the two, we're just going to get the opposing energy, so it'll be kind of like a you and your person reading. Okay, so it will be general as well. It won't be so specific like the last reading, because I know the last reading was very interesting. I even had to put like in the description, I was like, you won't be able to understand it if you're not meant to understand it, right? And that's kind of for all the readings. If you don't understand it, that's just not for you, but we're going to be taking a look at that. I do have this Sacred Contracts book just to kind of get some questions. Let's see, here we go. So we have appropriate requests. So let's see. Intentions. So let's get some intentions. So just in regards to like soulmates, that kind of thing, we have, I am open to recognizing why I block reconciliation with blank. I am open to guidance as a positive first step. Okay. We also have creativity. I am open to recognizing my best creative contribution to blank project. I am open to receiving guidance on how to proceed with my work. I am open to receiving guidance about why I block my creativity. We also have finances because this is Venus. So Venus is going to have a lot to do with like creation Empress energy, which is going to have a lot to do with relationships, what we create with our feminine creative energy, and then finances as well, because Venus does talk about like attracting money and having money. And so it says, I'm open to receiving guidance about my fears of earning money. I'm open to receiving guidance about my fears of losing money. I'm open to receiving guidance on how to earn money. Let's just start with those three right there. Okay, so for Bharni, we're looking in Aries. So what is going on with Aries, Bharni nakshatra in particularly, in regards to can you give me some I don't want to start with that. Let's go. So what is going on with Bharni nakshatra right now? Currently, can we get some information on how they can open up to recognizing their best creative contribution to whatever project they are working on? What kind of energy could Bharni bring to their current endeavors, their current projects that they're working on? What kind of energy would be helpful for them to bring? You have the Hermit. Okay. We also have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Water. All right. All right, so let's see. The Hermit card is going to talk very much so about going within and finding the answers you need within you. Can also talk about how could you have the Hermit. That talks about going within, right? That's the Hermit. Being solitude. How would I interpret this right here? Let me give you one more. So the Nine of Wands. Okay, recognizing my best creative contribution to blank project. Going within, finding the answers you need within. Helping. You have this Hermit. How would I explain this? Can I get some more information, please? That's not making any sense to me. Okay, fast communication. This could talk about needing to reach out to someone. With this Mercury and Gemini card, that could talk about communities. Reaching out to someone. Don't hide yourself away, right? You need to well, you have a passion for something, but I feel like your passion, how can I explain this? Give me one more, please. I need help explaining this. Need a different deck, maybe. Okay, I have such a difficult time reading cards sometimes. Is this fucking making any sense? I don't know. I just gotta like get out of the in-between because I feel so in between. It's just like driving me absolutely nuts, dude. I can't handle it. It's bugging me. Okay. Because that's what all this energy is. It's like in between life and death. Okay. Okay, so I think I like these questions. Let's do a 12 card spread. Can we do a 12 card spread? I'm done with those in a while. use my deck, I think. Slightly. Alright, so can I get Bharni? So if we're looking at Bharni in the first house, or Bharni just as your birth star, what is currently, how is Bharni currently looking? We have the Page of Cups. You're definitely open to expressing your emotions, right? You have emotions. You have emotions. They could even seem like, the Page of Cups has very pure emotions, I feel. It's kind of dreamy and whimsical, a little bit like artsy. It's very Piscean, and this is actually one of my favorite cards that I made in this deck. He has blue hair, so there's that Piscean Jupiter influence. He's interesting. He's unique. He has a certain style to him. I feel like the Page of Cups, it's not necessarily naive in love, but it is definitely somebody that, like, just goes in, like, emotion. Like, they just have emotion, right? It's a very emotional card. But it's not coming from a place of, I feel hurt. It's coming from a place of, like, just feeling. Kind of like, it's kind of an intense energy. The energy is intense with the Page of Cups. It's intense. It's kind of like an all-in card, I feel. But at the same time, it's kind of detached as well. It could go either way. The Page of Cups is definitely like a wild card kind of energy. Okay. What's going on in regards to the core values? The personal finance, and what was the way that this Page of Cups was raised, right? We see this Page of Cups coming out, which is a potential for, like, young love, right? This is like a young soul or a young spirit, somebody that has, like, this young, youthful kind of, the way they view the world is very emotional, right? This is the kind of person that would see something and, like, be able to express their feelings of love and emotion, and it's a sensitive energy. That's the best way I can put it. It's a sensitive energy. Not in, like, a lame way, but, like, in a, maybe like a poet, right? It's a poet, or like a, I don't know. It's the fucking Page of Cups. There's also a sexual undertone to the Page of Cups. Okay, let's go. The second house, the core values, is the King of Wands. Okay. So the King of Wands coming out for the core values. This talks about the things you eat, the things in your finances. The King of Wands is my moon card. I have the King of Wands as my moon card. In a water sign, though. So that would make sense for me. The King of Wands is very, they're a leader, right? They're very, he's charming. But there is that Leo, beginning of Leo. Hi, Kenneth. There's that beginning of Leo energy where we go to the Pitris, or the forefather. You see he's sitting on the throne, but it's in the dark, right? In the Pitris, this is like a Regulus energy, right? We're talking about the lion, like the lion, the king, right? But it's an interesting energy. It's where the forefathers go. So the Pitris, that's where you get, there's a lot of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily political energy there, but it is definitely a place where like the men of high honor, the forefathers that pass away, that's a lot of times where you will find that energy. So they have the King of Wands has a strong connection to the afterlife, but in very much so connection to the founding fathers, right? We're talking about men that have passed away, and the energy of the king, right? So it's king energy. And it, like so when we're in Yama right now, so we're still kind of gathering up all of this soul energy before it gets sent into the physical. That's dope. So the king energy, this is going to talk about somebody that is a king, right? So this could be somebody that was born on or near an eclipse. That is a sign of a king. This could be somebody that has prominent Leo, somebody that has prominent Jupiter in their chart, possibly somebody that has prominent Saturn, but not so much. It can be, but it could also be somebody that has prominent sun placements. Okay, so this could be somebody that radiates, somebody that has a lot of light to them. They don't necessarily have to be they probably won't like so much like light aesthetic type things. They're usually more into a darker kind of aesthetic. In regards to the King of Wands, while the Page of Cups is very free flowing, and it's definitely a more light and vibrant energy. So we have that for the first house of the external, the core values. And then we're going to move here to the third house, which is going to talk about community. It's going to talk about, we have another person coming out, the Knight of Pentacles. This person could be slow or particular about who they are in communication with, right? This Knight of Pentacles, she's riding a bull. She is particular about the type of people that she has around her, right? It's like when I see this Knight of Pentacles, it could mean somebody that has something to protect, right? It's the slowest night, but it's the most successful night, right? This is somebody that thinks things through, that's methodical, that doesn't just move whimsically. What's going on in the fourth house? The fourth house is going to talk about real estate and the love that you receive. For Bharni, person A and Bharni, the love that you receive, the way you receive love. This can also talk about the mother. This can also talk about in childhood, the way your mother breastfed you, which is very important in regard, just like that has a strong significance with the fourth house, as well as real estate and the Six of Swords. Aquarius energy coming out there. The six is good to see. You definitely like to see sixes. You like to see fours. The six denotes, I believe it's Mercury in Aquarius. So there could be maybe, this person could be maybe a little bit robotic in regards to the way they receive love. Or the Six of Swords is kind of like a damsel in distress card for me a little bit. Or there could always be like this sort of like this like need to be saved, or like right, that's what I think of kind of when I see the Six of Swords. Makes me think of a damsel in distress, but the water looks very calm. She does look a little bit anxious, on guard maybe a little bit. So I'm not saying like it's impossible. It does look like the sixes talk about success, but I'm getting like a block, like when you receive emotion, because we're talking about the way we're receiving emotion. We see her sitting here. She looks a little bit like unexpressive, right? She looks a little blank in the face. So this person could have a difficult time knowing or understanding how to express like processing and understanding the way in which people give them love. There's something about it, right? This could even talk about, I've got my fourth house, or my descendant, not my descendant, my IC is in Mrigashirsha. So a lot of times when someone like tries to give me love or like really give me anything, I get kind of like squirrely and like run. So there could be something about that, just my own personal experience. What about the fifth house? Is going to talk about the way you give love, right? It's more fatherly, the way you radiate. The Ace of Swords. The truth. I feel like you're very honest about your feelings and the way you feel in regards to the love that you give. Sorry, I had to turn that on. The love that you give. I feel like there's something that you're very honest about it, right? You're truthful. You pack a punch with what you say. Your words are very powerful, and the words you say are very powerful, so you need to speak clearly, concisely. You know how to speak clearly and concisely about the words that come out of your mouth, right? You're not going to be somebody that is giving false love to someone either, right? If you actually feel love or an emotion towards someone and it's coming from the heart space, from the fifth house, it's also the house of fun, right? It's always very honest. So that would show just overall honesty and an ability to communicate the feelings that you have to give out. For the sixth house, which is going to talk about your daily routines, we have this Six of Pentacles card. This is an interesting card because you see this girl. She even has like this little, right? It reminds me of, right? It reminds me of sex work a little bit, that card, honestly. It reminds me a little bit of like sex work, like being, I don't know, like I see her like being like a stripper or something like that, and like having to, right? She almost looks a little bit like ashamed, right? Her face looks a little, not like ashamed, she just looks down, right? It's like, so there could be something about the things you're doing as a daily routine that drain you a little bit, right? As it is with most jobs. I don't know, that could just be me because I'm kind of like a stripper, so whatever. But, and I made this deck myself, so that would make sense. Right? Paying bills type of thing. Sometimes it's like, holy fuck, I just did all that, and now I have to give it all the bills. That's what that's giving me. The sixth house is going to talk about your daily routine. There is a lot of coins on the ground. Okay, so there could be something about like tips, getting a lot of tips, right? Like throwing money at you. And this could just talk about the people in your life that you have around you that, you know, I don't know. That's the sixth house. Let's go to the seventh house. So what's going on in the seventh house is going to talk about your direct opposition. And this is where we're going. So this is like the personal self, right? So I'm seeing here these three archetypes that I feel like the first person, the bharni native themselves, is carrying. So like the three aspects of the self, which would be the Page of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. We have Pisces, Leo, Cancer, and Virgo, Leo. So strong Leo energy. That could also just be correlating to the timeline, right? The Page of Cups could be literally like your persona, or how you are, the lens you view the world out of. And this could just be talking about the timeline of the next bit of time. We have two sixes and an ace card. Now we're going to the seventh house. The seventh house is when we're going to get into the part about the other person. We're going to talk about contracts. When we get to the 7th house, this is contracts. We have the 8 of Wands. The second time we've seen that card. Something's moving quickly, right? Someone's moving up quickly, right? You're getting there. You're trickling. It's like you're not trickling away at it, but you're getting up there, right? You're getting closer. You're getting closer, right? You're moving up, right? You're no longer underground. You're no longer in Hades. You're no longer building yourself, but you're now rising up out of the ground, right? So this is like your ascension. We have the 8 of Wands, which is Mercury and Sagittarius, which could talk about like just being free-flowing, ability to speak, not really having a filter, but just like literally saying what is on your mind before you even think about it. Okay, so that's like a big difference here, right? There could have even been something about like having to secure something in regards to your environment before you could speak out about something or before you could communicate about something. Be tangible, everyday life, mundane type of things. And the 8th house. 8th house. Okay. The 8th house is going to talk about other people's finances, investments, the occult, things you keep hidden, lower learning, not lower learning, but like, that's the next one. Sex, I guess. We'll go. I don't want to tap into my 8th house. What? Go with the 8th house. What is in the 8th house? Go. You have Temperance. And the 8 of Pentacles that came out in reverse. Okay, we have Temperance. Temperance talks about alchemy. It talks about Temperance. Temperance is in the 8th house. We have 2 Sagittarius cards coming out. Temperance is what bridges the moon to the sun. Okay, so this could literally be indicative of being like very reflective of your partner, right? So I don't know how to explain this. Temperance, she's walking on water. She's walking on water. And she's looking into the cup and assessing what is in the cup. She's not necessarily pouring into her own cup, but she's walking on the water, which could talk about, I was just listening to something about this. I heard something about this. Fuck, I have such a difficult time listening sometimes. Okay, something about like walking on water, talking about like being like the water being like society's drama, not necessarily letting any sort of drama or any sort of like external influences impact your own personal occult life, your own personal investments, your own personal sex life, right? That's walking on water. That's being above external influences in regards to what is occulted or more like intimate, right? Because the 8th house is kind of an intimate house. This could also talk about communication with the 7th house there. This could also talk about somebody that's able to keep a secret. This could also talk about somebody that isn't so focused about what's in your cup, but is more focused on what's in their own cup, right? They're not so focused on you. It's like, even though we're in the part of the other, there's still this like focus on the self, I feel. Right? Is that bad? This person could maybe even be like I don't know, I got that, like, kind of like a selfish lover or something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, go to the next one. Can we get, what was the other one? What was the next one? The ninth house. What's in the ninth house? Lawlessness. Fuck. And the Emperor. Bitch. This is a good spread. We also have the Lovers card here. What? Okay. I put 2 women in the Lovers card because I feel like it was supposed to represent like Lilith and Eve. I have a Lilith, a Venus conjunction in my own chart, personally. So, and Juno is with Lilith and Eve with the sun. All combust the sun. So, in my 7th house, which is the 8 of Wands, so it's just like, yeah, it's like about one, like, it's like, there's something selfish about this energy. That could just be me because I've got a whole bunch of 7th house placements. All of my personal planets are in the 7th house of the other. It's fucked up. You don't want to know. It's not fun. This could talk about also like, there's a sort of independence about this. I'm seeing like a lot of, there's like these 3 different people that are coming out here at the beginning. First house. My first 3 houses are empty besides Saturn. What house are we on? Wait, I also have Pluto in the 9th house, and I have Arrows, and I have Psyche in the 9th house, and my part of fortune. In Sagittarius. Okay, stop. Go. Okay. What's in the 10th house? 10th house. Why am I thinking about myself? This isn't about me. Sorry, it is about me, I guess. Like I said, there's a selfish energy about it. It's just like, fuck, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, what's in the 10th house? We're at the MC. This is the top of the mountain, right? So this is like kind of the best this is like where it gets the best, right? This is like success, right? This is like the trials and tribulations are over, like congratulations, you made it to the top of the mountain. We have the High Priestess. What comes after this? The 11th house? Ew. Why am I saying ew? Sorry. Go. What's in the 11th house? Oh, why am I doing it reading like this? I don't even know how to read tarot cards anymore, do I? The Tower. Damn. That's a tall tower. That's the tower that makes it all the way to God, right? If the Tower of Babylon is literally, if the Tower of Babylon, look at that motherfucker up there on top of the roof. Okay, if the Tower of Babylon is supposed to like reach God, the 11th house is literally the pinnacle, the highest possible point, right? This is a high tower. I believe that's what my name means. Madeline, I believe it means high tower. Or Lady of Magdala. You also have the moon in the 12th house. Okay. Well, damn. This is an interesting reading. I feel as though it was very personal. It's not looking bad. It's not looking bad. It's looking pretty good. I think I might delete this because I feel like this was way too personal. All right. The Holy Guardian Angel. The Devil was in reverse on the top of the deck. The Lovers was also in reverse. And the Knight of Swords is in the middle of the two. So we have the Devil reversed at the top of the deck, the Knight of Swords, and then the Lovers in reverse. The Two of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles. You know, I know I'm seeing all these people coming out here, but it really, to me, it seems more like a solo journey, right? It might seem to me like I'm not really seeing like counterpart energy here. I know we have this Emperor and this High Priestess together, but to me this doesn't really, I don't know, it could be, but it's not really giving counterpart energy. It's not giving counterpart energy. This could literally just be like a mission, a soul mission. Am I seeing cards of love? Not necessarily, more so just like honesty. I do see a lot of heart energy. I don't see any cards that indicate that of soulmates coming out here though. At all. Nothing really. In fact, the energies seem a little bit like, I guess there's this, no, there's not really. The Eight of Wands, like I do see a lot of upward movement, like still good communications and relationships, but in regards to your 7th house, the Eight of Wands coming out just kind of talks about like nothing here is giving that of soulmates for me. I'm so sorry. Here's that angel again. So, on the Knight of Pentacles, so. Nothing here is giving that of soulmates. It's not really even giving me a love vibe so much at all. I feel like this is extremely personal. It's cool. With 616, that's 3, 4. Yeah. It seems like a level-headed person to me. Seems like somebody that has their head on right. They're not confused. There's no rose-colored glasses. Like the cards are very rosy, but the rose-colored glasses aren't necessarily on. Like if you're looking here at this Page of Pentacles, her glasses are not red. They're just black shades, right? There's no like there's potential and love is cool and everything, but I don't know that I'm seeing that so much here on the current timeline. But this could literally just talk about possibly being whole. I'm not sure. I don't have anything in bharni at all. So that would kind of make sense for me. In regards to other people, yeah. Oh, that's just what I see. I also have debilitated Venus in Virgo. So, Virgo. Oh, I am seeing, right, but I have to be able to remove myself. I don't know, I'm seeing somebody else in this card here. So I'm going to give this another shot. Okay, so this is cool, and I love this, and I will definitely, like, accept this as my own spread. I do want to see if I can pull a different energy out, just so I can kind of see if I'm manifesting anything. I just need to be, like, aware of myself before I tap into any of other energies, especially when it comes to love, because like I don't want to, you know. Okay. I shouldn't use this deck, I don't think. I'm gonna use a different deck because that's my for Jupiter deck, not anybody else's. Okay, let's go here. So talk to me. Bring me the counterparts. I'd like to see the divine counterparts. Not necessarily anything to do with me. Take me completely out of it. Show me the divine counterparts if I'm able to determine the energy. First card we have out is the Hanged Man. Pisces energy coming out. Right? Somebody's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We have Justice in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse. The Page of Swords in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. The Death in the upright. The Ten of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11. And then 12. Okay, 12 we have Strength. Okay, core values is injustices. Right, so there's a core value. There is a overall feeling of injustices being done. So I'm not sure if there's something in regards to finances where there is an undertone or a feeling of injustice throughout the connection. In regards to the core values, the things you have experienced and learned from in the past. Okay, there could be a lack of love, a lack of emotion, a lack of space for the community, your near community, or it could be just like a lack of love and grace shown from the community. Lack of desire. A lack of care from the community. A lack of care. And therefore, because of the lack of care, because of the lack of communication, because the lack of wind and the lack of air, means that you cannot nor will you give to it financially. And that's going to cause something to die out or to transform. It's going to cause you to transform into something better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have any, I don't know any like divine counterparts like that to really read for. This could also talk about one person kind of having to like put themselves out for the other. Somebody that had to sacrifice a lot. To get the Ten of Cups. Needing to nurture. Not run away. That's what that's giving me. The High Priestess is coming out in reverse. I don't know. That's what I got. Be cautious of like one-sided relationships or like one, I don't know. The Hanged Man. She just looks tired. I don't know. What's her up? If I'm not reading for myself, I just don't really see the point in it. The Six of Wands. There could be some sort of victory, though. Victory. Personal victory. This could even talk about, like, an individual person rising up victorious, not necessarily with a counterpart, but I just got really tired there. Okay, what's the next one? I'm gonna go to work at strip chat, I think. What time is it? Wait, it's 4? I gotta go. Give me a card for the divine counterparts. We have betrayal, we have researcher, and we have musician. Right on. Give me one more. Painter in reverse, bard in reverse, and diviner in reverse. All right. Yeah, if it's just like, it doesn't have anything like to do with me, or if there's no passion there, it's just boring. It just feels boring. Like, I don't give a fuck about anybody's love life if it's not my own. If I had a love life, I probably wouldn't be reading about it and posting it on YouTube. So this is just like one of those nakshatras where it's just like uncomfortable to read for. I can read for myself just because my love life is like, it's cool, whatever, but it's not, I'm not like in a divine union kind of energy. I don't have any bharni, and I'm a spiritual seeker, right? I'm not at that place yet. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still figuring myself out, I think. A lover in reverse. It could literally just have something to do with Libra energy. Could also just have to do with like Aries energy. I just don't really feel like the divine counterparts really belong in Aries, right? I've dated a couple Aries before, and they're fucking cheaters, bitch. Like, I dated a guy who had the same birthday as Houdini. And he was the worst. He was the absolute worst. And I also dated like a sidereal Aries, and he was the fucking worst as well. So I'm not so sure. I'm not a big fan of Aries, especially Aries males. We have blacksmith. Gang in reverse. Fireman in reverse. Animal shaman in reverse. Magician in reverse. Doctor in reverse. Waiter in reverse. Ninja in reverse. Lover in reverse. Criminal in the upright. Avenger in the upright. Challenger in the reverse. And spiritual seeker. Madman reverse. It's just like, if we look at all of the ones that are actually upright, Riders in the upright, you can maybe be a really good writer. It's just not really giving me so much energy of love. I just don't feel that with Aries. Maybe Taurus, but not really even then so much. It just doesn't really resonate for me. I really do feel like Libra, because Libra is so other-based, it just kind of seems to me more like bharni fits a lot better in Libra. Personally, my opinion, in my personal opinion, right? And I also kind of feel like Libras can be kind of funky looking sometimes. Like, they can be, like, they're cute. They definitely have like a different look to them. But I feel like Aries sometimes have that more like Chitra, Marsy, like sexy energy. And I feel like Libra might be a little bit more, because it's connected to Virgo in the hands, a little bit more of that horse-like chariot energy. And I just don't really know. I feel like they're lying to you about the nakshatras. And I definitely for sure feel like there is a ginormous inversion that happens. Just like with the tree of life, right? When you look at the tree of life, a lot of times they'll put the pillars, so like you're looking at yourself outside of the tree, when in reality you really want to look at yourself inside the tree, right? So you would want the left pillar to be on the right side, and maybe like look at yourself, look at the tree through the mirror, and look at how Look at yourself inside the tree as opposed to, so it's something like that. I just don't know if I really resonate with that. I feel like the energy of Dahishtana, which is at the end of Capricorn in Aquarius, because it's the female lion, it would just make a lot more sense that that would be where Leo would be, right? So you would think, but that's not what they teach, and I don't feel like most people have like the mind to question it, right? They kind of just accept it for what it is, right? They don't have this mind to like, they just take it for face value. Most people do. What they read and what they hear, they just take it all for face value, when a lot of times it's not the way knowledge is supposed to be, especially when we're talking about stuff that's so old and so ancient. It definitely needs to be updated, but not only updated, it just needs to be proper and factual and not like lying. My dad just messaged me something, so I'm gonna go. I'm feeling really dizzy. And I just got really tired. That fucking... security guard. Volunteer. Writer, Avenger. Criminal. Alright, I'm out. I'm gonna do Kritika, nakshatra next. We also have researcher. I might start doing live so much and start doing pre-recorded. But who knows? I'm out. I gotta go to sleep now. The sun's gonna come up soon, so